Hi, I'm Eric Strupbeck and we're here in Steamboat Springs, known as Ski Town, USA. But Steamboat might also be known as Socktown, USA. We've had the opportunity to sit down with Peter Duke, the man who started the merino wool sock revolution. We're going to learn a little bit about Peter and how he developed the best wool socks ever. What made you locate right here in Steamboat?
Well, I've been living here for over 20 years, and so my old company I started here, and so it was just natural for us to start Point Six here as well.
And where did the name Point Six come from?
Well, it came from your body temperature, 98.6, and actually I wanted to buy it from GE, who owns 98.6, but they wanted about $150,000 for the name, so we abbreviated it to Point Six.
So with Point Six, it's been highlighted quite a bit in various magazines such as Backpacker, Outdoor Life, and Outside. It seems like it's been a meteoric rise of the company. Can you explain that a bit?
Basically, we prefer more of a rocket ship type of a rise, but in any event, I think that we have a number of supporters in the industry who remember Patty and myself starting the old sock company and believe in the fact that we know what we're doing in manufacturing of socks, and looked at our product line and the additional benefits and features that we have created in these socks to become an early adopter to bring them into their stores to sell them. What we learned is that durability became a big issue out there. People were buying socks where the socks were falling apart. In some cases I heard 2 weeks, other cases 2 months or something of that nature. Along with that, in my past I've always known that the toe closure, inevitably buyers and consumers will actually put their hand inside the sock, turn it inside out, and look at the toe closure to see how thick or thin the sewing of the seam was. And what we've done is eliminated that completely by having our seams hand looped. So it's absolutely flat, no possibility of irritation over the toes. We've created what we call a very deep heel pocket, which is this gore line. It's a heel gore line. And this heel gore line, the longer you make this heel gore line, the more pronounced your heel pocket is. By doing that, it allows the heel to fit into a spot and reduces the tugging in front of the ankle. Interestingly enough, that by having a deep heel pocket, it improves the fit so the sock or the heel of the sock doesn't ride up the back of your foot or the top falling down. But what we try to do is we try to strategically locate the padding in different locations to help improve the sport or the activity that someone's participating in, to improve their comfort and performance level. There's another thing that I could show you here in a ski sock that no one else in the industry is doing, but if you focus in on these two little spots over here, see that, these blue spots up here? We've identified that as an Achilles heel pad. And what that does is it improves the fit of a ski boot, because a lot of people, the heel of their foot will go up inside the boot. By doing this, it adds a little padding over here so it keeps the foot down. And no one else is doing that. So it's little things like that that we incorporate that really make a difference.
It's interesting to meet and see the people that you have working closest with you. Can you speak a little bit to that?
With regards to all the designs that you see here, Patty is pretty much responsible for all of it. And her strength is the creativeness. And so here is the creativeness of her genius.
Behind every great man and great company is a great woman. And Patty, can you talk a little bit about your involvement over all these years?
Sure. My involvement is Peter comes up with these ideas, which are pretty great, and he says, and you'll handle the design and you'll do this and that, and I'm like, well, okay. So we just kind of melt together that way. And so I have been in charge of the colors and the designs and making sure that the socks work for each activity that we make for.
Your perspective on the future of the company? Where would you like to see it go?
Oh, well, we've already started to take it there into more color and design, but away from socks, I mean, always doing socks, but coming out with more accessories that you need to keep other parts of your body comfortable as well, and working on maybe key pieces rather than a huge line of a lot of clothing, but key pieces that will really work for you. There's a reason why you would want that piece.
You've been involved with Point Six now for 2 to 3 years, and you have provided the best sock on the market. Where do you see Point Six in the future?
Well, basically, the way I see Point Six is to be an innovator, to bring the latest technologies to market. So we really don't want to just rest on our laurels, so to speak. So on an overall picture, we will eventually go from our socks to apparel and get back into that type of business, because there are issues there as well. And I think that we can bring some wonderful products back to market that people start to go wow again.
Hi, I'm Kelly Bastone. I'm a contributing editor at Backpacker Magazine, which means I test a lot of gear. And some of the gear that I've tested includes Point Six socks, and I can say that these are among my very favorites. I've taken them on long hikes, and one of the things that have really impressed me about Point Six socks is how resilient the cushion is. It doesn't seem to squish down, so when you put them on in the morning and they're all cushiony and fluffy, at the end of the day, somehow they're almost as fluffy as they were in the morning, and not too many socks can say that.
Particularly the way the toe box feels and how long they last is something that I'm just amazed by. And whether I'm using them in the desert or when I'm on a 8,000 meter peak, they're just incredibly comfortable all the time.
I spend at least 400 or 500 hours a year just standing on the runners, going down the trail, watching my dogs. During that time, my feet freeze, they thaw, they get soaking wet. Ideally, they stay dry. Regardless, since I've been using Point Six socks, my feet have been extremely comfortable. I haven't had any athlete's foot, and most importantly, the socks are durable, they last, you don't blow the toe out, you don't blow the heel out. They're excellent socks, and I recommend them to anybody.
So wear after wear, the cushion doesn't seem to thin out and wear down. They hold their structure, and that's really great if you're going to invest in a pair of socks like these. You want them to hold up, and Point Six socks really do.